Jazz.
So then topical back with another film review. I am Strange Wang, and you read the title. Let's get down to brass tacks, will we? I gave All of Me 7.5 out of 10 wings.
Why?
Because I had to watch a lot of films about body swaps so I could do my top 5 body swap movies. In the corner, I watched some bad movies, like It's a Boy Girl Thing. In the corner again. And I watched this movie, and I loved it for the most part. It's probably the best and deepest, emotionally, it has depth to it, idea of a body swap film I've seen. And it's honestly not hard. This is the best body swap movie.
Ease. The greatest of ease.
That's right.
You get a fresh idea on the body swap movie genre, idea concept, by putting someone's mind, soul into another body that's captivating, that's captive to another soul. And Steve Martin is in it, and he's like, "Yo, lady, this is my body, and I don't want to move." And obviously you get the rich, the poor, you get the class system. That is a concept and an idea that is timeless for sure. And just like his problems alone, where he's like, Steve Martin, he's like, "I know you want me to be this person, but that's not who I am." And he's trying to be changed by the man and show like, you need to do this because you're growing up now and all this stuff. And all these things that make him relatable. And I like that
A lot.
And even like Lily Tomlin, even though I can't relate to her, the writing and directing is so good that I can put myself in her shoes and be like, yeah, like, you're rich, but you got all this money, but you can't use it because you're always sick and like bedridden, and that sucks. And I have that emotional like sympathy for you as a character because how well written, how good the movie is. The writing and directing is very good in this movie, and it stands out and is highlighted by these performances. Even Victoria Tennant, because Steve Martin points it out. He's like, yeah, this is pretty crazy. Lily's character is like, yeah, I'm putting my soul and mind in your vessel. Your body is going to be inherited, and you're going to die for me. And he's like, yeah, she's cuckoo, and you're doing this to get her inheritance. And she's like, no, I'm not. And you kind of believe it because it doesn't harp on it. And so when you get the turn, you get the shock of her, like, yeah, like, I'm doing this for the money. She's fucking crazy, but it works. So I have to get rid of it. Like, I can't be here I don't want to die. So you have that, and you don't harp on it. Carl Reiner, he does something very good in this movie where he doesn't harp on it. And when it happens at the end of closer to the third act of the film, it's shocking. You're like, oh man, I forgot all about that. So very good. But what makes this so fresh to the body swap genre is you have two souls and one vessel, and Steve Martin has the right half and Lily Tomlin has the left half. And Steve Martin, his performance is incredible because whether it's something like stop, she's going to say stop and like do a different hand. Even in the way they walk, this half walks different from this half, and he has that in his performance, and it's consistent. It doesn't go away. He doesn't forget that he has to do this throughout. So his performance in the film is incredible because of that. And it takes it to a whole nother level because you're mainly focused on the body language, because you want to, half the joke is half of his body is acting like a woman, and that's like humorous in itself. And some stuff is funnier than others. Some stuff it gets used to. Some stuff it sticks out later on in the film because you're not going to laugh at his walk for the entire film. So later on it hits, and it has comedic moments with that, and it's not over the top slapsticky, but it is slapsticky enough to make you laugh. So from the writing, it's funny. Body language, slapstick style humor is also funny. It's a very funny movie.
That's a fact.
And I think that comes down to the performances, obviously. And I think the performances is, especially Steve Martin's performance, the acting of everyone in the film, but particularly his, is
Perfection.
they do just enough to get it there and not over the line, because this could be a really cheesy, bad movie, but it's not. And Carl Reiner, his direction in the film is very good. He getting them to do what they need to do, just enough, not too much, and throwing in that small little twist and keeping you invested is something that seems harder than some movies than others, but it works perfectly in this movie. It comes out of left field because you are invested, because it doesn't harp on it. It's not in your face like other films, so when it happens, you're like, oh man, I forgot about that line dialogue in the beginning of that scene. It all comes back. That cycle investment comes around because you're even more invested because the film got you. His direction got you. So you're in the film and she's like, yeah, I want all that money. And because you're invested now, you're sitting there looking at this character like, that stank bitch. So it's a really fun movie to get in, and the investment in that is really fun. So I had a fun time with this movie, and which is partly why I gave it the score I did, because it's fun and it's unique, it's fresh, because I've seen 100,000 movies where characters are unhappy and that's the plot of the movie, but Lily, she has a reason to be unhappy in this movie. Steve Martin has a reason to be unhappy in this movie, and I've seen enough body swap movies to know what's going to happen, but it's still such a fresh take because they're in the same body. It's fresh, it's fun, it's unique, and different from all the others, which is you know what, I'm changing the score. All of me, you get a 8.3 out of 10 wangs. Just talking about this movie, I want to watch it again. I had so much fun with it. I enjoy it a lot. Steve Martin, he's a fucking genius. I love his movies, but the acting all around is incredible. So I'm gonna stick with my change score of 8.3 out of 10 wangs. Tell me if you've seen this. If you haven't, go watch it. I highly suggest it. Steve Martin, he's the best. Scroll back up, hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe.